Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going over both the DGA and the PGA nominations. Obviously I think the DGA nominations came out today and I think PGA comes out tomorrow, so we're just going to film this first half here and then I'll be back tomorrow to film the second half of this video. Now the DGA nominations and PGA nominations, they're really simple. DGA, it's two categories. It's just Best Director and then Best First Time Director, and then PGA is just 10 films. So it's going to be a pretty short and quick video. Going into this reaction, I didn't make my predictions on Award Expert. I remembered this morning and I was trying to, but it was like not before they were announced, but it was like already locked or whatever on the app, so I couldn't make my predictions. But if I was going to make my predictions, I was going to do the kind of just the trendy thing, pick like the directors from the top five films, which, so the locks would be Coogler, Anderson, and Zhao. Yeah, I think those would be like the three locks for me. And then I think Safdie, Josh Safdie, his kind of climbed in there. And then I think for the fifth slot, I think I would just go Guillermo del Toro, just because Frankenstein is on such a surge. It really is between Guillermo del Toro and Joachim Trier. That would be like kind of the competition there. I don't even know who else really. I guess like what's his name? Panahi. Jafar Panahi, is that his name? But I don't know if it just doesn't seem like that's happening anywhere until the Oscars. Like that feels like the director, the international director nod at the Oscars. And then other than that, I don't know who else. John M. Chu. Yorgos for Begonia. Off the top of my head, I don't even know who like directed Train Dreams. So yeah, like I wouldn't predict that. Yeah, I don't. Park Chan-wook, I guess maybe also, but like it just seems like for me, I guess there's really only 7, and it feels like it's almost like it's the 7 that we're like gonna predict up until the Oscars, and you're just gonna have to pick 5 of the 7. So let's see what they did here at the DGA. So we're just gonna start with the big one, the director, Best Director. So I've got, I guess technically it's Outstanding Directorial Achievement in a Theatrical Feature Film. Nominees are Paul Thomas Anderson, Ryan Coogler, Guillermo del Toro, Josh Safdie, and Chloe Zhao. So, yeah, I mean that's the 5. I think almost, I would bet like 90+% of people were picking that 5. The only thing is Joachim Trier. I don't know what's happening with Sentimental Value right now. It might seem like it's one of those that's just going to kind of fall off, and then have to see if the Oscars kind of redeem it. And then we have the First Time Director Award, and this one, off the top of my head, other than like Eva Victor for Sorry Baby, I don't know. Like, the only other, I was trying to think as I was like setting all up and recording, I was trying to think. The only other director I could even come up with that was like a first-time director from this year, at least from a film that I liked, was, I don't know his name, but the director of Good Boy. Like, that's the only other thing that like was coming to mind. So I have no idea what to expect here. Let's see. First-time theatrical feature film, outstanding director. We've got Hassan Hadi for The President's Cake. I think I've like heard the name of that film once. I have no idea what it is. Harry Lighton for Pillion, A24 film. That's another one I feel like I've heard the name, but I don't really know anything about it. Charlie Pollinger for The Plague. Now, this is one I don't know a whole ton about, but I know it's in a couple theaters right now, because there's the last week or so, when I'm looking at showtimes for everything, I'll scroll down, and it's only in a couple. It's not like a big, wide release, but I'll see some showtimes for The Plague pop up here and there. Then we've got Alex Russell for Lurker. Not sure what that is. And Eva Victor for Sorry Baby. So yeah, I'm going to have to take a look at all, because other than Eva Victor, I love Sorry Baby, I don't know really much about these other 4, so I'll have to see maybe if I can check out any of those films. I'm back. It is time for the PGA nominations now. The PGA nominations, I did get my predictions in time on this one. I think I went pretty basic. There was really only maybe 2 kind of toss-ups at the end. So for my predictions, let's see if I know them off the top of my head. I went the big five, right? So I went One Battle After Another, Sinners, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Frankenstein. I think we can all agree that's kind of like the top five now. And then for the next three, kind of the three that feel like they're in there, but maybe not guaranteed: Begonia, Sentimental Value, and Train Dreams. So I went with those as my top eight. I had to, just because of the momentum that it kind of has right now, I had to get F1 in there. So I got F1 in, and then it came down to the final spot, and there was a whole bunch of films that I was kind of considering, but I really quickly narrowed it down to either It Was Just an Accident or The Secret Agent. And I kind of went back and forth on those two quite a bit, and I eventually went with It Was Just an Accident, but I may be wrong there. But there was like Jay Kelly, Wicked for Good, Avatar. I was close to picking Avatar because I feel like it just needs something in order to stay alive, and this kind of felt like maybe this was like its like last hope, But then I'm like, I kind of had that same thought for Wicked, but then I was like, well, I'm not necessarily like in the mood for just like giving those out. So that's what I went with. Those were my again, the top eight pretty locked. F1 is maybe closer to 50-50. How confident I feel on it, and then It Was Just an Accident, Jay Kelly, Wicked for Good, Avatar, Secret Agent. Pick one of those five, essentially, is what I was going with. So, okay, so then let's take a look here. I've got the nominees pulled up right here. So first up is Begonia. Okay, F1 did get in. Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, so far so good, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, Sinners, Train Dreams, and Weapons. Okay, that wasn't even in like my I think I had like, would that have been in my top 15? Because I probably would have gone, yeah, that's not in my top, that wouldn't have been in my top 15, because if 10 I had It Was Just an Accident, 11 Secret Agent, 12 Avatar, 13 Jay Kelly, 14 Wicked, 15 Surratt. What else is there that could have been in there? Like Blue Moon, maybe. I'm just trying to think of like like If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, things like that. Well, I guess technically Amy Madigan's in there, so that would be on the same tier as like If I Had Legs I'd Kick You. I wasn't expecting Weapons at all. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that that's not prescriptive, like that's not gonna continue on to the Oscars. But that's crazy. I was not expecting Weapons at all, but that's really fun. So yeah, Begonia. So yeah, at this point, I feel like the discussion here is F1's got a positive trajectory, like positive momentum. Is it like, with all the text it's gonna get, like with the, is it a bigger player in score now? Like, is this gonna feel like one of those that come like maybe like last year, like Nosferatu, where it was like I kind of was like, oh, it's gonna get some nominations, and then I just was surprised that it just kept getting nominations, like the nominations just kept coming for Nosferatu last year. I wonder if F1's gonna feel that same way, like when Oscar nomination morning's done and you're looking at the tally and you're like, whoa, like 4 nominations, or maybe 5. I'd probably not 5, but it's just all of a sudden, is F1 gonna just kind of get into a bunch of categories that we weren't expecting? Does it have that type of momentum, and is it a contender for one of those last couple slots in picture? I've seen a lot of people that they're still pretty confident that like 3 international films are all getting into Best Picture. I don't know if you're getting 3, maybe you just have to pick 2, and you have to pick. So maybe you remove Weapons, you keep F1, and then you put in either It Was Just an Accident or The Secret Agent or Surratt. Like you just kind of have to like pick one of those. That's crazy. I just was not expecting Weapons at all. That's really fun. Yeah, I don't off the top of my head, I'm not like this. I'm not the Oscar expert where like I know what all of this means and what this means for the future of the Oscars. It's just fun to react to both of these awards bodies, the 3 categories amongst the 2 of them. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below in the comments what your thoughts are on all of this. What does this change the Oscar picture for you at all? Is this anything like important that we need to take away from this, or is it kind of, are you standing pat in what you were predicting? Are you one that is predicting 3 international films all getting into Best Picture? Let me know know all of your thoughts down below, and if you'd like to like the video and then subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos in my award season content or just any of the other series that I have going on my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.